Well, I'm headed out of town for a car show in Kansas again. My home state of Colorado doesn't seem to be having too many car shows this year. So while I was at a county fair in Cheyenne County, Kansas, one of the car club members there told me about another show in Scott City, Kansas. I am headed out there to participate in a 2-day show. The general area is called Lake Scott, but the town is actually Scott City. I'm staying a couple of nights in a small motel just like I did in St. Francis, Kansas. Looks to be a fun time. There's going to be a barbecue tonight for all the participants. They're going to make a run after the car show on Saturday to Lake Scott and then show a movie in the park. Just kind of typical fun stuff a small town does. And that's why I like them so much. And I will be heading back early Sunday. I have a date with my lovely Mrs. on Sunday night and have to be back in town to take her out to dinner. So it's going to be a pretty busy weekend for me, the way I like it, and I will be sharing lots of pictures from all the cars in the show. Hope you like the video. Goodbye, Colorado. Now this is a rest stop in Colby, Kansas. Incredibly huge. Multiple restaurants, huge restrooms. Boy, diesel and gasoline if you want it. That is an enormous place. What a great spot to have put a supercharger. Kansas is nothing if it's not wind turbine friendly. One of the people at the show told me that they had read Kansas was the #1 wind energy exporter in the U.S. I'll have to look that up to see it's true, but quite frankly, given all the wind turbines I saw operating, I would believe it. So I made it to Scott City on Friday night, the evening before the show. Remember this blue Cadillac? It'll show in the video later. I was surprised to see how many automobiles were in the park the night before the show. These weren't just people that were actually attending the show or volunteers. They were going to be in the show all weekend, so they decided to bring their cars out and put them on display. And many of them went right back to the same spots they had picked out the night before. But they had a nice little barbecue for people that were going to be at the show on Friday night. 802 horsepower.
This is what you do if you give up farming. You're losing less money doing this.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you? Wow. Well, that's very comfortable. I like that. This is a Ford Fairlane. I thought it was a Chevy. Very nice. Looks original dash, if you ask me. Upholstery might be original too. Wonder if he put seatbelts in it. Wheel skirts. My parents had a Fairlane. Yeah, I remember the fenders. Pretty neato.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. God, he's taking pictures and they covered mine up. They didn't cover it.
What?
Had a couple before, but
It is the day of the show on Saturday, very early morning, about 7 a.m. Ominous clouds over there, but it's about an hour before the show opens. I'm going to pull into Wendy's and get some breakfast and then head over to the show and see what I can set up. Thank you, Wendy's, for breakfast. I am going to ignore the stop sign in Scott City, Kansas, and head to the show with my breakfast. You can probably tell the windows are open. A lot of folks already here. And I'm trying to see where the good shade will be later today. Let's pull up here. I do not like compound curbs. You always scrape something. Maybe I'll get to use my new tent. I did in fact buy a new one-person canopy for this show, thinking I would use it at other events. So let's see how we're doing. Well, they have a lot different cars than I would have thought. Let me see what they're doing. There's a Tent over there. I think. Let me see. It's the day of the show. What a beautiful Corvette. I like convertibles. Here's my entry in the show. I brought a tent, but I am in such a good spot with a tree that I don't think I'll need it. I will be in the sunlight in the afternoon. But for now, I'm going to leave the tent down in case it rains, in which case I will need to pack up and leave pretty quick.
This was the download solutions, the screw down the lid, and then this plugged back into her. So I had one of these, so we could use block 98, put mine.
What a beautiful little bug.
Chargers taking pictures.
They had homemade ice cream at the show, and no, it's not just Bluebell ice cream shoved in a tub to be kept cold. They actually poured ice cream mix into those vats and they had to wait for it to freeze. And that's a water-cooled engine with the water right there. I ran into the Scott City shop teacher that actually made some electric vehicles for competition. I moved my car to be near his display and I got a lot of foot traffic. The students were very interested in my electric car and I had a good time talking to them. This particular vehicle used 10 motorcycle batteries and the other vehicle used 2 Optima regular lead acid car batteries. I was amazed at the quality of the vehicles. I didn't see anything partially restored other than a couple of rat rods. Everything was in marvelous shape. The people in Kansas take their automobiles seriously. They had some beautiful Corvettes on display, which I really enjoyed. This particular car had an odd owner. It had no suspension. That's actually the way the car rode on the ground, and there are the owners. They are not what I expected. Well, there is a run to the lake, to Lake Scott, and a lot of the cars left the car show and are in fact heading out to the lake. So I thought I think I have enough energy to get back to the show in my hotel room tonight and then make it back to the next charging point. But I am going to give a run to the lake and see what it is. It's one of the big things they do and I decided not to miss it. What a beautiful lake they have here. I had no idea Lake Scott was so big. Campground galore. Look at this, tents, some RVs. Wow. This looks like it's an annual event.
Okay, here it is. Oh, it starts with 8. Everybody has 8. 0, 3, 7, 8, 7. 3, 7, 8, 7. All right.
And you got a 68 again. Now, what's the chances of that? Kind of like when I first attacked that and went to the attack.
Second number.
I'm not sure why you didn't.
3,
Like 2 or 3
7, 6, 0. All right, come on up.
Oh man, 8 off.
3, 7, 6, 0.
It was a 1968 Kansas license plate.
Yeah, there they are.
I needed to charge up on the way back from the lake, so I stopped in an RV park. I kept blowing the breaker. It was pretty old fuse box. And then I discovered that the blue Cadillac from the show the day before actually had 2 people camping right next to me. Doris and Harry gave me a ride to the show in the evening. I smell barbecue. My lunch was the sample.
Yeah, that's what our lunch was a rib sample.
Dodge Dart. I haven't seen one of those in 100 years. Well, most of the cars are back. That's nice. And my spot's taken, the one I had. Sunday morning, they had biscuits and gravy for everybody. I didn't expect to see too many people, but quite a few turned out. They added 4 extra pounds of sausage to the gravy. You also had cinnamon rolls, and one of the directors of the show had a really sweet Jeep, and he gave me a nice ride around Scott City to see the courthouse, the downtown area, and some of the homes nearby. Very nice place to be. I really enjoyed my trip, but I'm glad to get back into Colorado. Thanks, Scott City, Kansas.